opening night for these two teams in this new NBA season.
And we've been waiting all summer, BA, to kick this thing off. So much. Excitement, so much hope, so much possibility. I'm sure both of these teams are going to come out with a lot of jitters and nervous energy, but we're going to settle in and we're going to see the highest level of play right in front of us. It's time for the NBA to get it started.
A look at the 76ers starting group. They've got Joel Embiid. Tyrese Maxey is out there with George, and it's Grimes in at the two-guard spot. Philadelphia with the ball. Their last encounter was in Philadelphia.
They were able to pull out a win last time because their bench came up big. It's so important to have depth on your roster.
Probably looking for more of the same here, as we know a deep bench so crucial to any team's success.
And LaVine knows he has the green light to take these shots, and his confidence is really impressive. A monster finish with authority.
And he hangs on the rim for a little extra spice. And so here's Sacramento. Philadelphia getting their last shot to go. Here's Ellis, and he drives in, and he says right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
Yeah, the defense expects DeRozan to try and score, but he smartly makes the extra pass.
Despite Joel missing more than half of their games, Grant, the Sixers still won 47 games last season.
Yeah, BA, and lots of credit goes to Tyrese Maxey, averaging over 26 points a game. Philadelphia also has some good depth, and that really helps. BA, the one-hand dunk just looks so fluid.
Yeah, and absolutely. Even smooth when he's powering it home like that. 3-on-3. Shoots it from the high post. Oh, and the jam by LaVine.
And that's the sauce right there. I mean, every night, LaVine approaches the rim like it's a dunk contest.
Out of bounds, it'll go to the Kings. The Kings have gone 4 of 5 so far, looking sharp. They are looking really strong offensively.
Yeah, just terrific momentum. Let's see if they can keep it up.
And it's DeRozan missing.
So weird. Sometimes when you get that much time, it can throw you off just as much as having no time.
Here's Grimes. 2 points. That one goes.
Nice work on the interior. Grimes wanting to score from wherever he can.
And it's LaVine with the ball for the Kings. Right wing. For three. Joel Embiid with the board. And so it's Embiid with it. He brings it up for Philadelphia. They trail by 1. Grimes. No good from outside.
That's exactly how you have to defend him on the perimeter. Can't allow any space.
Outside LaVine. Murray, a screen on George. And LaVine, here we go. Murray from outside. That one goes. Now he's 1 for 2.
Early on in his NBA career, Murray showing he's a capable shooter.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Joel Embiid is setting records with his scoring, but he said, when I get stuck into just being a scorer, that's not the best version of me. I like sharing the ball. As you've seen the last couple of years, the teams that have won, they move the ball. Nothing is static, so that's how we should play. Pretty simple, Brian.
Yeah, great understanding, right? Thanks, Allie.
I just love the ball movement.
Maxey with it, picked up by DeRozan. George left side, and there's a pick. The three. The rebound by Murray.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
1:11 left in the first quarter. Pass to DeRozan. Shot clock at 6. Shoots. Murray finds DeRozan. Rebound by Philadelphia.
Maybe a little overconfidence, trying to go big instead of taking the sure thing.
Here's Grimes. He's covered by LaVine. Pure from three-point range.
Ooh, the range of Maxey is pretty impressive. He is consistent from beyond the arc.
Murray's shot is good.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line, and I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
George's shot is off. The Kings lead by 7. Here's Ellis. Missed inside. Philadelphia's gone 2 of 5 from deep. Here's Grimes. Offline with a 3. Here's DeRozan. And there's the drive. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Levine.
He's a go-to guy for them because he's that consistent. Time and time again, he delivers.
Keegan Murray getting it done for Sacramento. Hitting 3 trays in the quarter, providing some sharp shooting. Back after this. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. All right, guys, what do you think so far about the offensive approach for the Kings?
Well, you got to be impressed with how selfless they've been so far. Their passing has been simply outstanding.
Well, I like that they've also emphasized the three-point line. That's a big difference maker.
Taking a look at Philadelphia. We've got George, Maxey out there with Joel Embiid, and it's Yabusele in at power forward. Philadelphia shooting their first free throw attempt on the night. Talking about Tyrese Maxey, Grant, here's a guy who's improved every year.
Yeah, B.A. I mean, from averaging 8 as a rookie to 26 points during his breakout 4th year, Maxey has added to his game every offseason and turned himself into an elite scorer.
DeRozan against George. And there's the foul. It'll go on DeMar DeRozan. That's his first foul.
Second team foul.
Here's George. And the jam by George.
And PG just springing to the rim.
Sacramento leading by 4. Ellis passes to DeRozan. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up.
First personal foul.
DeMar DeRozan, an impressive scorer who takes relatively few three-point shots, Greg.
Yeah, the arc is not his primary focus. He'd rather pick you apart in the mid-range, but he does it so consistently that the points pile up quick.
And Sacramento making a change here. Monk's checked in. Maxey, that's good.
And they're in a better flow this quarter offensively, and their shooting percentage is steadily rising as a result.
DeRozan looks it over. Picked by Murray. From behind the arc. And Joel Embiid pulls it down. 76ers trail by 4. To the inside, Yabusele. And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
And Paul George, a gifted passer at his size. He could see anywhere on the floor.
Monk passes to Murray. Murray connects from outside.
He's the last guy you want to leave alone on the perimeter.
For 3, Maxey. Great D that time from Monk. And it's Murray with the ball for Sacramento. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Off the mark there with a 3.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Grimes' shot is off.
Just enough of a shot contest to bother him.
Here's Levine for 3. Ooh, the soft touch of Levine knocking down the 3.
And that's become a more comfortable shot for Levine as his career has gone on.
For 3, George. Philadelphia with another miss.
Ooh, he missed an easy chance to put some points on the board. He won't get a much better look at that kind of shot again here probably tonight.
Outside Murray. This one for 3. Count that one. He's now 5 for 8.
When you let a team knock down that many threes, you know you're likely to be on the wrong side of a run.
To stop the run, and Maxey with the lay-in. Maxey's got 10. Well, Brent, league-wide, more and more points being scored. You see that tapering off at any point?
BA, with all the rule changes and what we're seeing in terms of the skill set of players growing, I mean, the scoring is just going to keep going. How far can we go? I don't know. I feel like we're topping off a little bit. The only way we're going to score more points in a game is add more time to the clock.
Very little resistance around the rim right now. That's the 5th straight bucket they've given up in the paint.
Outside Monk. DeRozan against Maxey. DeRozan passes to Monk. Just 5 to shoot. Murray, a screen on George. Late clock here. The Kings need to get one up. And they'll turn it over. Couldn't get the shot off. A shot clock violation. As we know, Brent, experiencing some team drama is not an uncommon experience in the NBA.
Man, BA, as years went on and playing 7, 8, 9 seasons in the league, you almost started to invite some of that drama into the locker room. It's really a character builder, and it shows you that you care about what it is that you're doing. So the drama are always great lessons for how strong your team is going to be.
Now here's Monk. Out to Sabonis. Oh, stolen by Embiid. And now the Sixers on the break. Here's Grimes. That one falls. His second make in 5 attempts.
It was a rough start for them scoring the ball, but they look like now they're really finding their rhythm and flow.
1 for 3. It's hauled in by the Sixers. For 3, Maxey. It's rebounded by Sabonis. Sabonis has got 5 rebounds in the game. The 3 is up. Sacramento again missing. 76ers trail by 7. And Maxey, here we go. 27 seconds left to play in the second quarter. Embiid with a steal. And now the Sixers on the break. For 3, George gets the 3 ball to go. George has got 5 points in the quarter.
George with the innate ability and sense when he has to get it off quick.
Pass to LaRavia. And the layup is good off the glass.
And that's exactly how you attack length. I love how he doesn't lack assertiveness.
Yeah, hard to stop it there if you're the big man. That's just too good a shot and great concentration. Lazy defense there, guys. You have to guard the outside on inbounds plays, too. Every man has to be accounted for in those situations.
And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that's been very close so far. Kings ahead, up 3. And we'll be right back after halftime to get the third quarter underway.
Thanks for tuning in. Did you miss us? Before we look, I know this is going off topic, but during the first half, we were doing some dribbling drills. So Kenny, as the point guard here, I want you. Let's switch back to the Sacramento Kings dealing with a thin margin at the half.
They've been playing very unselfish. I'm telling you, these guys are feeding off the ball movement.
Appreciate you joining us. It's been our distinct pleasure, and I mean that. Let's now take you.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. You gotta like what we're seeing from Keegan Murray.
And the bulk of his production has been generated along the perimeter.
Yeah, he keeps tracking down those spots behind the three-point line and finding some open opportunities.
Jonas Valanciunas out there with Domantas Sabonis. Then there's Jay Crowder. Then there's Zach LaVine. And it's Carter in at the point guard position. That's the 5 out there for the Kings.
Oubre just being aggressive, and that's going to pay off on some free throw shooting attempts here.
And some changes here for the Kings. McDermott's checked in for Crowder, and Ellis is subbed in for Carter. And you look at the Kings, Brent, they've had several name changes over the years of their franchise.
Yeah, before becoming the Sacramento Kings, they were the Rochester Royals, and then the Cincinnati Royals, and then the Kansas City Kings, and then all of a sudden, let's get to the West Coast, and here comes the state capital of Sacramento. It's not really affected the winning, though, has it, B.A.?
Davis, he's checked in for McDermott. They get it back. Here's Drummond. Sabonis with some nice D.
Despite the miss, those are the kind of looks coaches hope to create.
Ellis' shot is off. 76ers trail by 4. Here's McCain. And another miss by Philadelphia.
Talk about things at halftime, and then you come out and you go 0 for 3. I'm sure that wasn't up on the board. Sweet to be a difference maker in the game, and he's been a great option for them on these possessions.
A nice shot by Doughton.
Yes, finally one drops after the 0 of 3 start.
Here's Levine. Pass to Ellis. Outside for Davis. Here's Levine. And McCain pulls it down.
Tried to show off just a little bit there, but ultimately didn't work out. You know, he's going to get a few stares from his coaching staff and probably his teammates in the next huddle. Two teammates connecting right there. Slick feed.
Jacks up a 3. Ooh, Levine with another miss.
Well, if he wants to make the defense work, he's got to start knocking down the threes. Only one so far in this game for him, and none since halftime.
Pass to Valanciunas. Sabonis in the post. Outside for Davis. Sabonis with a screen on Oubre. And it's Davis penetrating. Drops in the layup for 2.
Terrific design and execution, leading to an opportunity right at the rim.
Here's Doughton. Going inside. Oh, a big finish with a one-handed jam.
Woo-wee! What a big finish out of the backcourt.
That might be exactly what they needed at this point of the game.
Defense has got to be better. Flat out effort was not there.
Valanciunas sets a screen. And there's the lob. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Doughton. He has 6 for the tie. Rebound by Sacramento. Sabonis has got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Here's Levine for 3. Drills it from deep. Levine's got 16 points.
1 this half, 2 for the game. Staying active from beyond the arc.
Takes it inside, and there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
And once he gets to the rim, it's fairly automatic.
Nothing fancy right there. Just takes his 2 points, moves on. And count that. 2 points and a chance for one more at the line. So it'll be Jonas Valanciunas shooting. Kelly Oubre picks one up. And Sacramento with some changes. Lyles, he's checked in for Sabonis. LaRavia comes in for Davis. And Malik Monk subbed in for Levine. McCain, chalk up 2 there.
That's 10 straight points they've given up in the painted area.
Jones, he's checked in for Valanciunas. Philadelphia shooting their 4th shot at the foul line here. And Brent, the Kings have the pieces to compete and finally creating some stability.
Yeah, after that 16-year playoff absence, just being a factor in the West has Sacramento and their fans really, really exciting. Again, the pieces are there. Will they push it this year to get back in the mix?
Lackluster defense, showing no desire to chase shooters off that line.
Monk passes to Lyles. Back to Monk. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
The one thing Monk is known for is that vertical.
Here's Doughton. Give him 8. Pass to Drummond. The 3 ball. Buries it from 3.
Does so much out there to stretch out the defense when he's out on the perimeter, and he drains the triple.
Monk into the lane. From downtown. Rebound by the 76ers. Here's Doughton. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. He's got his first free throws of the night right here. And he drops it first. And Sacramento with some changes. Murray's checked in for Jones. DeMar DeRozan comes in for LaRavia. And it's Carter in for Ellis. Here's Carter. It's hauled in by Doughton. The 76ers have gotten 6 of 11 attempts to fall so far in the 3rd. Pass to Embiid. Now the Kings in transition. The rebound by Yabusele. Here's Grimes. And the go-ahead bucket, no good. Can't hit that one. And at the close of the 3rd quarter, still a close game. Both teams putting up points in a hurry. The Kings on top. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today coming from an unlikely position. It's the big fella with the sweetest pass of the day.
You know, anytime a guy's in the post and the teammates know he's unselfish, great player movement can create an opportunity just like that.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we'll start the 4th in what is still anybody's ball game. So on the floor for Philadelphia, they've got Joel Embiid, and it's Doughton in at the point. The rebound by Murray. Murray's got 4 rebounds now, and they go to the intentional foul.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Jonas Valanciunas has checked in for Sacramento, and Philadelphia also making a switch. Tyrese Maxey's checked in for Doughton. Murray for 3. Philadelphia grabs the miss.
I'm not sure how he finds himself in so much space there. He's kicking himself for whiffing a bit on that one.
And Sacramento making a change here. Fultz is checked in. Sacramento leading by 4. Murray, a screen on George. Outside Murray. Let's go with a 3. The shot is good. Fultz making the play.
He drops yet another dime, just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
Maxey. Oh, a nice one-handed slam right there.
You know, Maxey's willing to play a secondary role, but he can also take charge when needed.
And the basket by Monk.
We've seen that more than once today. An effortless basket inside.
Maxey attacking, and he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
While Maxey is an elite shooter, Tyrese is at his best using his speed going downhill. And that was a big-time flush. I love whenever Murray takes flight like this.
Can he keep it going? Tyrese Maxey again. Maxey's got 6 in the quarter.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
The coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
Here's George. Valanciunas with a rebound.
That's gotta frustrate him. He knows he should have made that one.
Yeah, you can't make them all, and you for sure you'll want him taking that kind of shot.
76ers trail by 5. Pass to Grimes. Embiid, a screen on Murray. Here's Grimes driving in, and it's good for 2.
Putting it down on the deck, Grimes utilizing his quickness and first step.
If you're just joining us, 4th quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Here's Murray. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Opportunity for a 3-point play here.
Look at Murray stepping up big time. I mean, you know he wants to be a trusted scorer when they need a bucket, and he shows it.
The 76ers have gotten 4 shots out of 6 attempts to drop so far in the 4th. That one's good for 2. Embiid's gotten his first basket of the night.
One thing you can say about Embiid, he never shrinks from the moment.
Sabonis finds Murray. And a miss there on the triple. 76ers trail by 4. Here's Maxey. Good. And the assist to Embiid. Embiid's got 3 assists now in this one.
Oh, commanding the ball in big spots. Maxey is so fearless.
Offensive rebound. And so George will bring it up for the 76ers. Drives to the hoop.
Oh, and that is how you make a bold statement. Overcoming that size differential and throwing it down.
Pass to Ellis. A minute 29 left in the game. Murray's shot is good.
And his team leads, and Murray steps up, ready to get the big ones.
And here is Maxey. To the paint. Ooh, stolen by Murray. 3 on 3. Here's Levine for 3. And another Sacramento 3. And an important part of every team's game. A look at the hustle stats for Sacramento.
Well, their D has been a major story tonight. I mean, those steals and putting pressure on the ball, clogging the passing lanes. Impressive.
Well, if we add another thing to it, it's about the urgency they've played with. I mean, you look at the eyes of these guys. They're focused, wanting to get up tempo, and that's helped them score on the fast break.
A ferocious competitor and scorer, Levine takes on challenges head on and knows how to finish with grit.
54 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Oh, it's stolen by DeRozan. And now we've got an intentional foul.
And I'll tell you what, this game is in the books. I'm not quite sure why they're delaying the inevitable by fouling.
DeRozan hits them both.
Yeah, numbers from the free throw line for DeRozan have only improved as his career has gone on.
Here's Yabusele, defended by Murray. Count the basket. There's 38 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And DeRozan, here we go. And the dunk by DeRozan.
Showing us that killer instinct right now. No letting the foot off the gas for them.
Yeah, up until that point, a competitive game, but once they broke through that barrier, it was all them. Complete control.
26 seconds left in the game. Murray from outside. Rebound by Philadelphia.
At this point, it just feels like it's over.
You want to keep expending energy, or do you want to start thinking about the next one?
Fires the three. Here's Sabonis. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window. So no problem for Sacramento as they get the win. Even early on in this game, they appeared hard. Allie, good stuff there. Thanks for that. And that about wraps it up. Alongside Brent Barry, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce. This is
team's confidence to start the season strong.
Kevin, I think it means more if you're a young team. If your roster is filled with veterans, you're looking at the bigger picture.
And the starting group for the Grizzlies. Morant is the point, with Bane out on the wing. Jaren Jackson is out there with Wells, and it's Edey in at the center position.
A great scorer. Morant showing his poise on that shot.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. And so here's Sacramento. It's a three-point game. Their last meeting was in this building where they were able to come out on top.
And they got the better of this matchup last time with their defensive pressure and the ability to force turnover.
This defensive game plan is easy. Keeping it the same, making them change things.
And the shot goes in.
And he's no stranger to contact inside. Love watching Jackson bully his way through aggressive defense.
Levine fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So one free throw coming up.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
Now here's Morant, coming off a solid outing against Charlotte. Basket counts. Morant's got 5 points so far.
Working through the lane, Morant, he's got such a great change of speed to keep the defense off.
Bane with the steal. An even 3-on-3 break. Morant with it, picked up by Ellis. Morant against Ellis. And then Morant slams it in.
And man, does Morant put on a show. He's got such insane athleticism.
And it's DeRozan missing.
Had enough room to finish, and that's one he'll usually make.
The veteran DeMar DeRozan, RJ, a terrific player, a great scorer.
And he's been doing it for a long time. He has been the lead scorer since he picked up a basketball.
Now, here's Bane. We saw him with 19 points his last outing. For 3, Levine, and again the turnover by the Kings.
There's one for the low light. Wow. I'm not sure who messed up the pass, but look, somebody did.
And for the Grizzlies, they come in off a good outing against the Hornets in Charlotte. Knocks it loose. And now Ellis running the floor all by himself. And the rejection by Jackson. Morant with it. He's got 7. And now the latest from our reporter, David Alder.
Guys, I did have a chance to talk with the head coach of the Kings. Now, we talked about the big man, Jaren Jackson Jr., and specifically how to defend him. Coach said he's a guy that can score from all 3 levels. Our guys have to be on him and active defensively as soon as he touches the ball. Coach needs his team to bring the energy tonight, and we'll see if they can respond. Guys?
Thank you, David. And Zach LaVine gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
Second team foul.
And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Morant dishes to Wells. Down low, shot clock at 5, and the shot is good.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Right about that. Seems like they haven't missed.
Now here's Levine. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against Denver. No one covered. Murray's got 5.
And you like Murray as a spot-up shooter, knows where to park himself, and always ready to receive the pass.
Pass to Edey. Fires from the corner. Morant against Ellis. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. It's going to go on Sabonis.
Oh, he's got some hop. Morant, this man loves to attack the rim whenever he gets the chance. And when I mean any chance, I mean any chance.
Now here's DeRozan. Nothing on the board. On the wing, Murray. DeRozan with a screen from Murray. Back to DeRozan. Kicks it out to Ellis. Some nice ball movement here by the Kings. Wide open look here for Murray. Good, and the assist goes to Ellis. Murray's got a couple of threes now in the first with the Kings. Ellis against Morant. 1:07 left to play in the first quarter. There's Jackson with the three. Offensive rebound. Too long in the paint. He's hit with a 3-second violation. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Grizzlies.
Well, they're off to a good start getting it inside and scoring at close range. Solid fundamentals so far in this one.
And also, they're doing something you don't see as much anymore, and that is converting time and time again from the mid-range.
Now here's Morant. He's got 12. Jackson, that's good. Jackson's got his second basket of the game.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
And the Grizzlies leading by 9. It's deflected. It's stolen by DeRozan. In the corner, it's Levine. Three-pointer, good on the three-point shot. Levine's got 6.
There's Levine showing out with that high-arcing jump shot from the corner.
Now here's Morant. Wells in the corner. And stolen by Murray. Here's Ellis. And he converts the layup.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Pass to Edey. That's no good. Couldn't get his first shot to go. Ja Morant has been leading the charge, guys, for the Memphis Grizzlies. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And looking at what we've seen from the Grizzlies, what do you guys think?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
And let me tell you, when you establish a physical edge, it gives you a mental edge too.
So on the floor to begin things for Memphis here in the second quarter. Morant is the point with Bane out on the wing. Wells is out there with Jackson. And it's Edey in at the center, filling out the middle. Memphis leading by 4. Hey, RJ, what about Keegan Murray? He made the immediate impact in the NBA as a rookie, setting a record for three-point shots made, and he has continued to build on it.
A bit of a surprise as the 4th overall pick in the 2020 draft. Murray was the right fit. Big part of Sacramento ending that 17-year playoff drought.
Morant against Sabonis. 4 on the shot clock. Here's Bane. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson.
This is the defense Bane attracts, and he's superb at fending them off.
Last outing for Memphis, they won that game against the Charlotte Hornets. Outside for Murray. Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. And they will get the basket here, folks, as they rule goaltending.
Yeah, that's a tough call for the refs to make there. I'm not sure it was on the way down, but that's how they saw it.
Here's Morant. Jackson from long range. Outside, Bane. And it's Desmond Bane with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And the turnovers are what stand out. I know they're leading, but it's going to catch up to them if they keep wasting possessions.
Levine for 3. Ja Morant grabs the rebound. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Richard, how do you think the game has changed since you retired?
Well, the jump shooting teams have had more success. I think the game has changed, and it allows for more Europeans. It allows for it to be more of a global game. The less physical, the more inclusive.
DeRozan passes to Sabonis. Ellis outside to the inside. And with that shot, the Grizzly lead is cut down to 4 on the bucket for Murray.
And guys, so far in this one, Murray has been delivering offensively. This kind of scoring is what made him a high lottery pick.
Wells wide open. The Grizzlies with another miss. The Kings have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. And it's Murray with the jam.
And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long? There's the screen. Morant kicks to Bane. Pass to Edey. Deflects the pass. Sabonis, the pass to DeRozan. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. That ties it up.
You have got to be kidding.
Hey, talk about taking things into your own hands. Morant against Ellis. Morant kicks to Bain. Back to Morant. And there's the defensive 3-second call.
Grizzlies ball.
Memphis shooting the 6th attempt at the free throw line tonight.
And if we want to take a look back, they converted about 76% from the line.
And so he hits the technical free throw. After earning the number 2 seed in the 2023 playoffs, Richard, last season was a lost year because of all those injuries and other things in Memphis.
John Morant only played 9 games last year. Desmond Bain missed half the year. Marcus Smart out. The Grizzlies still have a lot of young talent and a very bright future.
Monk kicks to Levine. Wiles a screen on Bain. Pass to Wiles. 6 on the shot clock. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Here's Morant. Nice D from Sabonis. So for Sacramento, their last game, a loss to Denver. DeRozan inside. Guarded by Bain. Morant surveying the D. And there's the foul. It's on Trey Lyles. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. Third team.
55 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Here's Morant. It's good again and an excellent 7 for 8 shooting night so far.
And if you're wondering what makes Josh so special, it's his ability to take over games all by himself.
Right side Sabonis. It's DeRozan top of the key. Lyles sets a screen for Levine. And he drives in. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. 17 seconds left to play here in the half. Morant against Levine. 5 on the clock. Jackson from long range. Offensive rebound. From deep. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Grizzlies out. Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
Your attention to center court.
They've been choosy when hunting for shots, guys. I like that. Trying to capitalize on every single possession.
And now we get to check out the top performers from their respective teams in that first half.
Yeah, they're both smart-driven, extremely talented. They've been putting on a show, man.
Taking control.
And that is it for halftime, folks. It is back to Kevin Harlan and the crew for the second half.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Guys, John Morant has been sensational.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
And you love that mindset he has going at the rim. He hasn't settled for anything, and he's been the aggressor all game long.
We've got DeRozan. Jonas Valanciunas is out there with Domantas Sabonis. And there's Monk, and it's Levine in at the shooting guard position. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento. A wide open look here for DeRozan. That misses, had a chance to tie it there.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
From outside the arc, The three-pointer is right on target. Aldama's got it going here in the start of the second half. The first points in the third quarter for Memphis. And so they foul intentionally.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Carter, he's checked in for Sacramento. Here's Sabonis. Good. And it's DeRozan picking up the assist. DeRozan's got 3 assists tonight. And the Grizzlies leading by 4. Pass to Edey. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. This will be his 3rd free throw shot of the game.
And looking back last season, how about 87% from the line? So that's obviously nothing to sneeze at.
And he shows the focus there, nails the technical.
Really knocks it down from the line. Bane, almost automatic.
Outside for Jackson. That one falls. Jackson's got 7 points.
Obviously, this guy has a talent for scoring, able to problem solve for whatever the defense tosses at him.
Greg, with how explosive John Moran is, he has certainly taken his fair share of awkward falls.
And that's what worries you with guys like that. He's already had a number of injuries in his young career, but we all just want to see him at full health.
Something lit a fire under them at the half. They started this quarter going 3 for 3 from the floor.
Sabonis pitch to Valanciunas. Sabonis' screen on Jackson. Valanciunas passes to Sabonis, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Zach Edey picks one up.
D all over Sabonis there, which you have to be, because that is a tough man down low.
And Sabonis drops them both. And so Morant will bring it up for the Memphis Grizzlies. 6-point lead. Poked away, stolen by Levine. Here's Valanciunas. Takes it off the glass.
And this has been a nice start to the second half. They're 3 out of 4 in a rhythm on the offense right now.
And the Kings making a change here. Arabia's checked in. Now Morant. He's got 18. Count it. And he's now 8 of 9 from the floor.
Their execution after halftime has been excellent, making their first 4.
Here's LaRavia. Grizzlies with the rebound.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
Morant against Carter. Up top, Morant. He's got 20. Just 5 on the clock. They get the rebound. Edey. Memphis moving that ball around. Wells in the corner. Nailed from 3-point land. Wells has got the lead up to 9 now for the Grizzlies. For 3, Levine. Here's Valanciunas. Out to DeRozan. There's the drive. And the dunk by DeRozan.
He's been doing that since he first came into the league. DeRozan, his ability to get to the rack at will is unmatched.
Morant against Levine. Morant reaches to Jackson. They get it back. Here's Edey. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
That's a blue-collar bucket right there. Grown man basket. Put in the work. Got a second chance to score.
Sacramento making some changes. Keegan Murray's checked in for DeRozan. Monk comes in for Levine. And it's Ellis in for Carter. And the shot is good. The Grizzly lead has been cut down to just 8 points on the bucket for Monk.
And he's far from the biggest player, but Monk knows he has what it takes to score from there.
Here's Morant. And finished off by Morant.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that dunk.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
And that finish shows you how dangerous he can be as a passer and a finisher.
And they go to the intentional foul. So Memphis ends up going with the new group.
14 foul. Substituting on the court.
Baseline jumper. Here's Valanciunas. There's Ellis with the 3-ball. Aldama with the rebound.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Pippen outside and taken away by Ellis. With the drive, and Ellis throws it down.
That should give them a nice little jolt.
Yeah, it has to. They need a jolt, GA.
And they need more where that came from. They're not out of this hole yet.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Here's the floater, and it's good on the way in. Huff's got his first 2 points.
The floater is so tough to defend against. Nothing defenders can really do but shake their heads.
And the dunk by Valanciunas.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
And that could be the spark they needed to make a little run as they try to even this thing out.
Got a piece of it. Pass to Edey. Here's Wells. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And as we end the third quarter, a great game. Both teams play. The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Memphis leading by 7. So on the floor for Memphis. Morant is the point with Bane out on the wing. Edey out there with Jackson, and it's Wells in at the 3 spot. Out to Morant. Pass to Edey. Second chance shot, 6 to shoot. Good, and a nice assist from Morant.
Assist goes to
Morant's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Murray outside. Back to Monk. Ellis outside. Valanciunas sets a screen for Ellis. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Love how selfless he is setting brick screens like this. Plays like that right there are what help create easy scoring opportunities.
Here's Morant. And Valanciunas pulls it down. The Kings trail by 7. A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. And there's the drive. And the dunk by Valanciunas.
And it's not everybody who needs hops to finish at the rim. Valanciunas just needs to be an arm's length of the bucket to throw it down.
With the shot. And that one's good. Morant's got 24.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Outside for Murray. Valanciunas with a screen on Jackson. Murray the pass to Valanciunas. And here's Morant. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. Lays it up off the glass. And now a 9-point Grizzly lead. And look at how the hustle game has been going for the Grizzlies.
Great heads-up defensive play tonight, creating offensive opportunities for themselves by forcing deflections.
And also, they've made it a point to push it off turnovers. They're playing smart and alert, capitalizing on mistakes.
Gets it to fall. The bucket from Bane.
assist.
Just too much speed on the break. Bane getting way out front for the finish.
Kicks it out to Ellis. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. And some changes here for the Kings. Sabonis, he's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. DeRozan comes in for Doug McDermott. And Zach LaVine subbed in for Malik Monk. Ellis against Morant. Rebound by Murray. And Murray's got the ball here for the Kings. They trail by 11. LaVine wide open. Offline with his 3.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Pass to Wells. And here's Morant. Jackson, a screen on DeRozan. And Morant throws it down.
And this is what John Morant does best. When he finds his rhythm on offense, he is almost impossible to guard.
Kevin, he is tough to stop when he gets to the rim.
Yeah, Greg, he can get up a few notches high.
Oh, nice finish.
And leave it up to Morant to put on a show. What a spectacular dunk.
For three, Murray. Count that as his 7th field goal, 9 tries. He's shooting 78%.
He can really stroke it from deep. You have to keep better tabs on him.
Now, here's Morant for 3. Sabonis grabs the board. Sabonis has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Murray kicks to Levine. Sabonis sets the pick for Levine. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to be on Desmond Bain.
He's not the biggest guy, but it's the explosiveness, the athleticism of Levine that makes him so difficult to handle on that interior.
1:10 left in the 4th. It's Morant with the drive. The Grizzlies with another miss. The Kings trail by 8. Murray finds Sabonis. Great pass to set up the lay-in.
Keeping them in this. Sabonis showing no fear, taking the big shot.
Here's Morant. Count that bucket. Morant's got 32 points.
Well, he's been doing it all night. Why not go back to him?
Yeah, just keep feeding him. That guy is a man on a mission. And the defense, well, they don't have much of an answer.
And then Morant slams it in.
And relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
No let up with these guys. They're going for the throat now.
Out to DeRozan. Wells with the steal. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. And it's Morant missing. And it's Sacramento's ball. 8-point game. Here's Levine. And then Levine with the jam. 17 seconds left in the 4th quarter. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on John Morant. That is his first foul of the game. Diversified scoring in this one for him.
I love when everyone can get involved, a full team effort.
And that's when they say you can't teach tall. This is where size helps you, owning those rebounds on the defensive end.
Count it, good. Jackson with it. So it's Memphis picking up the win. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for him, Greg. They really had to work for this win.
That's a good point. I mean, weaker teams might have.
excitement still in the air, Grant.
No question, B.A. I mean, the fan base will usually carry it until their team is mathematically. Eliminated. Fans in this league are so passionate about their teams, and that's one of the things that makes the NBA so great.
And the starting lineup for the Grizzlies. Manning the backcourt, we'll see Morant and Bane. Edey out there with Jaren Jackson. And it's Wells in at the 3, the small forward. Here's Edey. Outside for Morant. Just 2 to shoot. And it's going to be a 24-second violation. They turn it over.
Sixers ball.
And here is Maxey. Here's Yabusele. First shot won't go. Morant with it. Outside Bane. Outside for Morant. From about 16, 5 on the clock. Memphis needs to get off a shot. Edey. And he jams it home with authority.
I just love the strong finish there inside.
Man, he's got that dunker's mindset, doesn't he? Always ready to pounce.
He was grabbing the rim to extend the hang time.
Hey, maybe making sure the landing was kinder than the takeoff. Well, if you went into the lab and created the perfect wing, it might be Desmond Bane, coach.
Well, Brian, this guy's so strong. He can guard bigger guys, and his three-point numbers are crazy. Desmond Bane, well over a 40% three-point shooter for his career.
And just a very well-built guard. You know, Maxey is so hard to slow down around the rim.
Second free throw, no good.
Unusual for him. He'd been in a groove from the line.
Right side Bane, pass to Edey. Now here's Jackson. Here's Edey. Here he goes. Again, the Grizzlies. Good for 2 more.
3 out of 3. Perfect start. Let's see how long they can ride this wave.
And Maxey, here we go. And he goes in for the dunk.
While Maxey is an elite shooter, Tyrese is at his best using his speed going downhill.
Morant, the pass to Jackson. Goes back up. And it's good on the layup. Edey's got 6.
And the coaching staff has to be happy with how they've shot the ball here early on.
Outside Bane. Just over 2.5 minutes played here in the first. Here's Morant. Pass to Edey. And that one is hammered home.
Yeah, that's a great find by Morant. He draws so much attention, there's usually someone open.
And he makes it.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
Now here's Morant. He played a great game against Charlotte. Lets it go from 14. Jackson, pass to Morant. High arcing shot. Rejected by George.
Yeah, rejecting the try there. George firing up his guys.
Maxey against Bane. Here's Embiid. Driving to the basket. And Embiid throws it down.
Woo, that was big time. I mean, a dunk contest finish from Embiid. This guy can fly.
Edey, that's good.
That makes him 5 for 5 so far. Could be a big night in store.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Earlier, I spoke with Nick Nurse. They were concerned with Jaren Jackson Jr. on both ends of the floor. Coach saying defensively, Triple J covers so much space, a blocking machine. And on the other side of the ball, Jaren has serious skill for a man of his size. He's a tough game plan for us. Jaren Jackson Jr., a two-way menace. Brian?
Thank you for that, Allie.
He's lighting them up. Tough to strategize a comeback when you're being run over.
And they waste no time getting those 3 points back. George has got 8 points.
And you got to appreciate the competitive fire on display. It's almost like George says, you make one on me, I'm coming back at you for revenge.
Well, Coach, one of the more electric players in the NBA, Ja Morant.
Yeah, that's for sure, Brian. High-flying, acrobatic at the rim, just a supreme athlete. And he is, without a doubt, one of the most exciting players this league has to offer.
Now here's Maxey. He nails it, and we're tied. He's got 6.
Oh, a high motor in close to the rim. Maxey finding a window and converting.
Jackson with a screen on George. Morant finds Jackson. Here's Wells. Maxey covering. George against Morant. Pass to Wells. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. And the fans love seeing incredible moments on defense like that block.
That'll put some fear into the shooters, and he made sure to do it early, too.
Now Embiid. Here's Yabusele. Shoots over Jackson. Oh, he got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. Paul George, he's feeling it. Man, some good action in the books as we get back to a game that's been pretty close so far here. And looking at what we've seen from Philadelphia, what do you guys think?
Well, it seems like they went in looking to do damage from long range, and they faced little resistance.
Yeah, and when you're hitting threes early, that opens up the floor and really helps your offense.
They've got Joel Embiid. Maxey out there with Paul George. And it's Grimes in at the 2. That's the group for Philadelphia to kick off the second quarter. Now here's Morant. Ja steps on the gas. Pass to Edey. Clock at 4. Jackson surveying the D. And it's off from three-point range. And that one is stuffed right through.
And he's such a unique talent at both ends. Embiid with the vision that time.
And one thing you can say about the Memphis Grizzlies, they are disruptive defensively, Stan.
Yeah, Brian, they've been in the top 5 in the league in steals, blocks, turnovers forced over the last few years. And let's face it, they're aggressive offensively as well. This team attacks at both ends of the court.
Jackson with a screen on George. Morant, no good. The Sixers lead by 4. Maxey, that's good. Maxey's got 4 points in the quarter.
And Maxey is especially dangerous in these situations. When he has room to run, good luck stopping him.
2 fouls for him now in the first half. He's going to have to be really smart going forward.
Now approaching 2 minutes of action here in the second. Here's Grimes, hounded by Morant. Down low. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's Wells. Good, and the setup by Morant. Morant's got his 4th assist in this one.
Among the best passers in the league, Morant finds open teammates.
Now here's Maxey. 10 points for him. Pass to Embiid. Clock at 6. And stolen by Bane. Here's Wells. There's the triple. Knocks down the triple. And now just a 1-point Philadelphia lead.
Yeah, Bane is dangerous from three-point land. The defense has to chase him off that line.
And Tyrese Maxey gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
And in the last 2 possessions, they've painted a picture of what not to do. Just way too loose with the basketball.
The Grizzlies have gotten 2 of 5 shots to fall this second quarter. Now here's Morant. Defense right on him. Bane, the pass to Wells. Three-pointer. Bane, no good. And Embiid has got the ball here for the 76ers. And Grant, I know you played a part in Embiid's decision to join Team USA.
Yeah, B.A., I spent a lot of time talking to Joel Embiid and convincing him to play for us in the U.S. men's national team.
Bane with the hops.
Now here's George. Give him 8 points now. And he finishes. That makes him 4 out of 5.
Rock solid screen right there. The defender got completely lost.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from that.
Bane with another miss. The 76ers have gone 4 for 6 here in the second. Here's Grimes. That one goes. Now he's 1 for 2.
This team trusts Maxey to make good decisions with the ball.
Grizzlies trail by 3. Outside Morant. Kicks it out to Bane. And a great assist by Morant as that one goes. Morant's got his 6th assist of the night.
Well, after a silent first quarter, this is who they needed him to be. This is why you never count a guy out.
You know, Maxey's willing to play a secondary role, but he can also take charge when needed.
And there's a 3-second call. This one on the defense. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the 76ers.
Well, a lot of times you'll hear coaches yell, get the ball inside. And you can see why. Good things happen when you get the ball into the paint.
You have to like the fact that they're not settling at all. I mean, they've really made a point to get the ball down inside and challenge that interior defense.
Jackson outside. No good from outside. The Sixers leading. For 3, Maxey. And he sinks it again. 7 of 7 from the field now.
Ooh, the range of Maxey is pretty impressive. He is consistent from beyond the arc.
7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
Ooh, putting on a show for the fans. Going up with a graceful reverse.
Oh, that had a little extra sauce on it, Grant. George for 3. The rebound by Edey.
One reason this game is so tight is because both teams are hitting the boards with reckless abandon.
Pass to Jackson. Back to Morant.
There will be a 2-minute review to the play.
Well, these teams are going to have to wait before heading to the locker room. They're going to bring out the monitor and see if he got it off in time.
And, of course, they want to make sure it was the right call, but I'm not sure how much it'll impact this game. We'll see.
Ali, as always, thank you. We'll be right back to begin the third quarter right after this.
Hello, everybody. So far, a fairly even game for the Memphis Grizzlies.
How have they kept it this close? Their D has been invisible. Come on, fellas, get after it.
Yeah, just a few more stops. All right, fellas. And that's it for halftime. Thank you for joining us. We send you back to Brian Anderson for the start of the third quarter.
Second half of basketball is upon us, and we may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game we've seen so far. Without question, Tyrese Maxey displaying all his skills today.
Can they come up with an answer for him coming out of the half? They have to change something defensively.
Yeah, I'd love to see what they drew up in the locker room, because you're right. He's the problem right now.
On the court for the Grizzlies, we've got Santi Aldama, and it's Pippen in at the point guard position. Good work there as it goes. All right, Coach, what are some qualities you're looking for in a lead guard?
Well, look, you want a guy that can make plays, that can control the game. When I first got into the league, people thought about point guards as traditional pass-first guys. But now it means more than that. You want a guy who can make plays, whether it's for himself or for his teammates.
Here's Doughton, defended by Kennard. Doughton, no good. Memphis trailing here. And with a little over a minute gone by, the second half is underway. And the basket by Aldama.
Wow, you don't see that kind of quickness from Aldama all that often.
Drummond with the ball, and Kennard picks him up defensively. Here's McCain. Pass to Doughton. The three. Stevens with a rebound.
Since halftime, they've missed 3 of their first 4 shots. Still trying to get their legs under them.
Now a timeout called by Memphis. And a look here at the scoring trend over the last several months for him.
And he's been on a roll during these last few months. Getting better in terms of scoring the ball and proving to be a key part of this team as we move farther along in the season.
Kennard outside. Aldama outside. Just 3 to shoot. The 3 is up. And McCain pulls it down. Philadelphia's gotten 3 of their 7 threes to find the net in this matchup. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. Now, since we have this break, here are the teams with the most points off turnovers last season. The Sixers, 3rd.
It seemed like almost every time they forced an error, they converted on it. Not just winning turnovers, but taking them to the bank.
Good on both. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Here's Pippen. Pass to Stevens. Here's Pippen. 6 to shoot. Second chance effort. Misses at the rim. And he commits the intentional foul.
You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
A line change here for Memphis. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Here's McCain, guarded by Bain. Here's Doughton. Oh, and Jackson with the block.
Yeah, Jackson's length impacts both ends.
Pass to Bain. Here's Wells. On the take. The shot's good. Wells has got his 3rd bucket of the night. 6 lead changes in a game that has a lot of character.
Yeah, both sides stepping up and making big plays.
Drummond to screen on Bain. Here's McCain. Fires the 3. The rebound by Jackson.
And just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Boy, that foul looked intentional. Not exactly what you'd expect here.
Yeah, I know. It just doesn't make sense given the situation.
And the 76ers going with a whole new group out there. In the 3rd quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. There's Jackson with the 3. Rebound by Philadelphia. Maxey on the wing. 15 points in the game. He gets it in there. Maxey's got 17 points.
Now that was a clever adjustment. I mean, that was a tough shot.
Well, you've got to be creative when you're up against a bigger defender.
Now here's Jackson. He's closely guarded. From 9 feet. And he tries it off the glass, but it's no good.
I know he's on a cold streak, but he can't let that get in his head.
Yeah, they might want to draw something up here to get him something at the rim or get him to the free throw line. Sometimes that's all it takes to snap a cold streak.
Here's Morant. The top of the key jumper is on the mark. He's got 5.
Yeah, he's so confident on that pull-up now. That's why the defense can't afford to give him any space. He's been reliable from the floor, and that's reflected on the scoreboard.
Outside Bain, three-pointer. Good, and the setup by Morant. Morant's got assist number 8 here already in the game.
Exchanging buckets from downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Counted from distance.
He's been so aggressive on offense, and with the results, you understand why.
Well, yeah, and the defense is going to have to respond to that and chase him off the arc.
Into the lane. And it's good. On the replay monitor. Well, we thought the third quarter was over, but it turns out the officials are going to review the play. They're trying to see if he released the ball before the buzzer or not.
And there's really plenty of
Paul George, he's feeling it tonight. He's been the driving force for the 76ers. He dropped 3 threes in that quarter. They haven't found an answer for him yet. We'll be back in a moment. And let's take this opportunity to show you our State Farm assist to the game.
And he definitely deserves the award. Reading the defense like a point guard.
Well, his height gives him the ability to see the floor, and he makes a quick decision and a great pass.
Well, this has been a great contest so far. I imagine the fourth quarter could have more action in store for us. We've got George. Tyrese Maxey is out there with Joel Embiid. And it's Yabusele in at the 4-man position. That's the group in the game for the 76ers. Outside Maxey. George for 3. The rebound by Edey. Edey's got his 5th rebound in this one. Jackson the screen. Bain the pass to Jackson. And the dunk by Jackson.
You can tell how confident Jackson Jr. is working the pick and roll set. He moves with real purpose.
Pass to Maxey. Out to the right wing. Here's Grimes. Connects from downtown. And the 76ers lead by 4.
12 consecutive points off of threes. This defense looks rattled.
And it's Morant off the drive. Tough points from John.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. You know, that's why they continue to get attacked.
Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock.
You know, one thing about Maxey is that he always is looking for an outlet.
Morant, pass to Wells. Oh, powered down with both hands.
I just love the aggressive finish.
I'm thinking he's sending a strong message with that jam. And stolen by Jackson. And we've got a whistle. He was fouling with a purpose. And in that spot, in that situation, it's got to be a transition take foul. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the 76ers.
Well, they've been hitting threes at a high clip, and the defense hasn't done enough to challenge them at the line. They need to close out and run them off the 3.
And also, attacking in transition has been working for them. I mean, credit them for running the break well and being opportunistic.
Back to Morant. With the drive. Pass to Jackson. And the dunk by Jackson.
Well, Morant just puts so much pressure on the defense to make a choice on that pick and roll.
And here's George. This one for 3. Cleared away by Wells. Here's Morant. Oh, Morant takes the contact, and it still goes. Wow.
Wanting the ball in these spots is what makes Morant the leader that he is.
Back to Maxey. Oh, they get a hand on it. Here's Bain driving inside, and so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. All right, guys, what do you think so far on the offensive approach for Memphis?
Well, their passing has been just exceptional, and it's opened up the floor for them on numerous occasions.
And we can't forget about how ferocious they've been cutting to the rim, just going right at defenders and finding ways to finish.
Well, and even though he couldn't get that one to fall, that's a shot they want him taking.
Morant, pass to Bain. Back to Morant. Pass to Wells. Shot clock at 6. That one goes in.
Well, we know all about Morant's unreal athleticism, but his vision is what really sets him apart.
And George with the jam.
This team counts on George to deliver points. His consistency under pressure is key to their offense.
Morant against George. Pass to Wells. Jackson outside. Cuts off the pass. Here's Grimes. And that one's good. And it's now just a 1-point Memphis lead.
Zero rim protection. Unforgivable in a tight ball game like this.
Yeah, there's no excuse for giving that up. That's the absolute last thing you want to have.
Count it.
Well, that's a huge bucket in a pressure-packed moment. You can see why this team trusts Desmond Bain.
And it's Maxey missing. Well, the Grizzlies shooting very well, 62% and going right at the defense. It's tipped. George against Morant. Edie. Back to Morant. Just 5 on the clock. Pass to Edie. And it's good.
Assisted by
Absolutely no room for error.
Everything has to almost fall perfectly for them to pull this out.
And here are the Grizzlies. Morant with the slam!
Gotta love how they've just maintained their intensity, even when they're this far up.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, just protect the ball, make smart decisions, don't give them a chance to get back in the game.
The 3 from Bain. The rebound by Yabusele. Here's Embiid. Oh, he nails it! Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down. And so it's Memphis winning this one. They played the villain tonight, and they played it well. All right, Allie, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. For Grant Hill, Allie LaForce, and Coach Stan Van Gundy, this is Brian Anderson. Thank you for...
season. Wow, it's fun to be here. And Clark, this is the culmination of all the hard work put in over the summer.
Yeah, you talk to the players on both sides. And there's optimism about this upcoming year. We'll see if that optimism is justified over time.
Let's take a look at our starters for Sacramento. The post pair form will be Murray and Sabonis. Zach LaVine is out there with Ellis, and it's DeRozan in at the 3 spot. And now Philadelphia on the break. Here's Grimes. Banked in off the glass.
And the first of many to come. Explosive offensive talent on both sides.
Oh, my goodness!
Oh, yeah.
What a play!
And showing some creativity. Murray smooth and lethal.
The shot by George, no good.
Usually, guys, he's going to knock that one down from there. Proficient at operating in that medium range area.
Wide open look here for Murray. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound.
He's got to be disappointed with himself on that one. He has got to knock those down.
And what about the evolution of Tyrese Maxey? Greg, according to him, he's just getting started.
Well, Kevin, I'd have to agree. I mean, he's got some big shoes to fill with James Harden leaving, but each year this guy has just gotten better. And not only has he matched Harden's production in Philadelphia, I think he's exceeded it.
You've got to be alert to where George is out on that perimeter because that jumper of his has become dangerous.
LaVine for 3, good on the triple.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
And slam dunk by Maxey.
Oh, how about using the rim to get some true hang time?
You know, he just wanted to make sure the landing was softer than the takeoff.
Yeah, right. I don't know how much weight that carries.
Well, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Ellis outside. Outside, Sabonis. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
This is really where Sabonis does some of his best work. He's a reliable scorer in the paint.
Pass to Grimes. And here's George for 3. Can't hit that one.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
Here's LaVine. That shot off. Philadelphia's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. The shot by George, no good.
Boy, just cannot buy a bucket, guys. I'll tell you what, that's a painful quarter for him, and it's painful for me to watch, too.
And so it's Maxey with it. He brings it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. Trailing by 2. Here's Embiid. George against DeRozan. Outside, Maxey. The 3. Sinks the triple. Maxey's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
The unbridled confidence of Maxey at the arc, you can see it and feel it. He knows how good he is.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Pass to Yabusele. And they call the foul, so he's got the and 1 chance here to make it a 3-point play.
Selfless pass there from Maxey. Really able to handle the guard position quite well.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. Special K, you've seen Tyrese Halliburton a lot. He's as good as anyone in this league offensively. What does he do best?
I think his best basketball attribute is probably his passing, his vision, the way he can set other people up. But the intangible that makes him, he's a Pied Piper. He is a galvanizer. Guys love being around his energy and the way he plays. So not only does he play with great confidence, I think he infuses in his teammates a joy and a confidence that lifts them up too.
And George with the stuff.
George playing strong down low. Love to see him finish with authority.
Ellis, the pass to DeRozan. Murray outside. Good. And it's DeRozan picking up the assist. And it's 8 points for Keegan Murray. Guys, 7 times the lead has changed hands here now.
Yeah, and that number should easily top double figures before it's over. Strong take by the wily Maxey. He is fantastic at turning on the Jets. Boy, I tell you what a well-designed play, executed beautifully, too.
Here's George, and the layup falls. George has got 7 points.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Sabonis kicks to Murray. Levine deciding where to go with it. And the jam by Levine.
Always putting on the show. Levine plays with flair and clearly one of the best dunkers in league history.
With 4 seconds on the clock, the putback. And so, both teams trading buckets as we end the first quarter. Kings lead by 2. And we'll get the second. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for Sacramento?
You know, so far in this one, these guys have been knocking it down from distance. You've got to like their confidence as this game continues. They're on a nice roll.
And something else that I liked is how they attack the paint, finding ways to get inside and capitalize time and time again.
Abusele out there with Paul George. Then there's Tyrese Maxey. Then it's Joel Embiid. And it's Grimes in at the shooting guard. That's the group for Philadelphia to start the second quarter. Embiid with the screen on Ellis. Maxey passes to Embiid. The shot that time, not on target. Nice D from Sabonis. Frank, everything they're doing is working right now.
Good run they have going right now. The momentum is huge.
With a short break in the action gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Joel Embiid talks about leading his team. He said, I've been guarded so many different ways. I feel like I've seen everything, and I know how to attack everything. For me, it's all about how do I bring everyone along with me. You can't win alone. It's just about playing together and involving everybody. Kevin?
And you've got to involve everybody. All right, D.A., thanks.
That's where Maxey's at his best. He wants to get the ball inside.
Murray, good.
Just playing with poise and confidence, and they continue to put points on the board.
Well, I like the way they're playing. A very smart first half. Quality shots, not wasting possessions.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
Lets it go. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Inside. Rebounded by Ellis. Kings leading now by 9. On the wing, Levine. Murray, a screen on Maxey. Here's Levine. And again, it's Sacramento converting. And a big part of perimeter defense, Greg, avoiding screens. What are some of the tricks of the trade in that regard?
Well, sometimes you have to get skinny. I mean, other times it's using your strength. A lot goes into it. Also, you know, getting a cadence for the screener. It's one of the more challenging aspects of NBA defense.
DeRozan scanning the floor. Murray outside. Misses the 3.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Shot from free throw range. Here's Grimes. And it's Sacramento with the rebound. Murray's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Sabonis, the pass to DeRozan. Over Maxey. Rebound by Joel Embiid. The 76ers trail by 11. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on DeMar DeRozan. That's his first foul.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Yeah, but he was late to get there, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
Jonas Valanciunas, he's checked in for the Kings. Trey Lyles comes in for Murray. Maxey passes to Embiid. This is where Embiid wants the ball.
Embiid, such a dominant force inside. That's exactly where his coaches and teammates want him operating.
And Joel Embiid is a giant center. Clark, his size, his arm span. How does his sheer size, do you think, affect the game?
Well, he's a mountain of a man. Not only is he tall, he's wide, and he's deep too, Kevin. In other words, he's hard to get around, and he's also hard to challenge because he's north and south. So, and you factor in his touch. This guy does things that I've not really seen a guy of his size do, particularly when you talk about pity-patting the dribble and knocking down face-up jumpers all the way out to the three-point line. It should almost be unlawful for a guy north of 3 bills to be doing that.
Monk's checked in for Sacramento.
George takes the contact, but good body control there allows him to finish.
A minute 20 left in the first half. Miles sets a screen for DeRozan. Here's the teardrop. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. Maxey looking it over. An easy 2 points on the layup. Maxey's got 13 points.
And despite the hot start from beyond, they've gotten away from shooting the triple.
And trailing in this game, now is not the time to start playing conservatively. I mean, if you've got an open look from deep, let it go. I mean, you've got to play freely and with confidence.
Here's Embiid. That one goes in. Embiid's got it back down to single digits for Philadelphia.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
I think they've really got to start committing more bodies down low and really kind of close that area off defensively.
And he's an explosive guard who isn't afraid to test the defense. Heads-up play there from Monk.
George with no one around. No good on the 3.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
Monk left side. It's tipped. Embiid with the steal. And DeRozan sends it back. And so that's the end of the first half. Kings ahead. They lead by 12. Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
It'll be the Cleveland Cavaliers up against the Pacers in Indianapolis. Tip-off will be 7 o'clock Eastern. And looking now at that first half where everything was going wrong for the Philadelphia 76ers.
Well,
that is more than enough of us. Let's send you back to the game.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. A fantastic game from DeMar DeRozan so far.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of.
On the court right now for the Kings, they've got Monk. Also Zach LaVine out there. Jonas Valanciunas is out there with DeRozan. And it's LaRavia in at the power forward. McCain, and he banks in the layup.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
Right side LaVine. DeRozan a screen. Just 5 to shoot. Rebound Andre Drummond. The 76ers trail by 12. Here's McCain. And the 3-ball is good. McCain's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Usually you can expect Oubre to be the finisher, but when somebody else is this open, he moves the rock.
Kings moving the ball around. Pass to LaRavia. Traps in the tray. LaRavia's got himself on the board with 3 there.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the D.
And here is Drummond. Oubre outside. And he uses the glass on the lane.
3 for 3, and that's always a good way to start the second half.
Pass to LaRavia. Back to Valanciunas. Here's LaRavia. In the corner, it's Monk. Sacramento needs to get off a shot. LaRavia passes to Monk, and they force the shot clock violation. Great team.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
The Kings making a switch here. Jones checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Jay Crowder comes in for DeMar DeRozan. Markelle Fultz has checked in for Levine, and it's Carter in for Malik Monk. They set the screen. McCain, and a miss there on the triple.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
Here's Fultz. Here's LaRavia, and it's thrown down hard with both hands.
Love how attentive Fultz is. When one of his teammates has a better look at the basket than him, he gets the ball to him.
Pass to Downton. To the paint. And it's Bona missing. Sacramento leading by 12. Here's Crowder driving inside. Lays it up and banks it in. Crowder's got his first basket of the night.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Jones finds Crowder. Jones sets the pick for Crowder. Out to Carter. Here he goes. Misses in close. The 76ers trail by 14. Here's McCain. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's on Markelle Fultz.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws. Free throw shooting is about mechanics, confidence, and your mental approach. He's locked in from there most every night.
Knocked loose. Ellis dishes to Carter. Off target with his 3. 76ers have gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter, 50% from the field. Oubre outside. Lets the 3 fly. Trains the three-pointer. Oubre's got 5 points in the quarter.
When he finds his kind of look at the arc, Oubre can seem like it's automatic.
And it's Carter missing. The 76ers trail. Jacks up a 3. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
Yeah, that's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
40 seconds left in the third quarter of the game, and nothing is falling for him right now.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Oubre so quick off the floor.
Carter finds Sabonis. Back to Carter. At the top of the key, Sabonis. Ellis, the pass to Sabonis. McDermott with it. Over in the corner, Ellis. There's the triple. He can't get that one to fall. Here's McCain. Defended by Carter. From past the arc. He can't hit that time. The points coming in bunches as we wrap up the third quarter. It's been a good one. Kings lead by... And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball. And how about the perfect delivery?
And they'd love to see every possession end this way. True team basketball.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. We've got Yabusele. He's out there with Embiid. Paul George is out there with Maxey. And it's Grimes in at the shooting guard position. That's the group in the game for the 76ers. And there's the drive. Here's LaRavia. Monk kicks to Ellis. Hits it from three-point range. Ellis has got his first 3 points of the game.
Love the unselfishness of Monk there. I mean, love seeing him find the open man.
Maxey passes to Yabusele. Out to the right wing. The three from George. Another miss by Philadelphia.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
And guys, you know that rebounding is a huge part, a huge component of winning games. It's not a glamorous stat, but it's necessary if you're going to be a winning team.
Murray, good.
And guys, so far in this one, Murray has been delivering offensively. This kind of scoring is what made him a high lottery pick.
Misfires again, and the ball just refuses to cooperate with it. Tough day so far.
Monk, the pass to Ellis. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. Ellis has got 5 points now this quarter.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Monk, the pass to Sabonis. Back to Monk. Outside for Murray. There's the pick. And there are the Kings with another bucket.
Oh, how about that play out of the pick and roll? This is why Murray gets involved in that action.
They get it again. Embiid. And a good offensive board. And he gets the bucket.
And with that one, it ends an 11-0 run by the Kings.
To the wing right side. Here's LaRavia. Monk outside. Murray outside. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Murray's got 20 points.
And you like Murray as a spot-up shooter. Knows where to park himself and always ready to receive the pass.
Here's Maxey. And the layup's good off the glass.
No doubt about it. He has done a ton to help his team, but he's going to have to do even more if they want to have a chance to get back in this one.
Here's Murray. Monk outside.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Murray left side. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. That one on Embiid.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Boy, this is borderline ridiculous. I mean, every single attempt finding the bottom of the bucket.
DeMar DeRozan has checked in for the Kings. Dean comes in from Malik Monk.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Here's Ellis. Takes it off the glass.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
He had a nice open look right there.
Not sure what the defense was thinking. I mean, you can't leave this guy open from deep.
Here's DeRozan. And that one hits back iron. The 76ers trail by 13. Here's Maxey. And slam dunk by Maxey.
Hey, we've seen Maxey take the big jump. Now he's one of the game's best scorers.
Murray is screen on George. Outside for Murray. No good from outside. The 76ers running out of time. From deep, George. Another three for Philadelphia.
Another bomb for him right now. His three-point shooting might be the key to cutting that lead.
I don't think there's any question about it. I mean, as long as he keeps knocking them down, it might as well keep going back to the well. No reason to let it run dry. Keep firing that thing.
Good on the first, and that will put them up by 9. And he cannot convert on the second. That misses. And here are the 76ers now. And George gets it to go. And here's Levine. To the middle, here's Murray. Out to DeRozan. Embiid with the steal.
This is a do-or-die possession. They have got to get points.
It really does come down to this. I mean, come up empty, and it's over.
Here's George. And it's Sacramento with the rebound. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Here's Murray, and it's Murray with the jam.
Oh, powering that one down. Murray saw a chance to go for it and took it.
Beyond the arc. And it's George again missing. Here's DeRozan. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. And now an 11-point Sacramento lead. So it's Sacramento picking up the win. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead. Thank you, David. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge.
feature an impressive backcourt.
No question, B.A. And I get the sense that bragging rights are on the line here. Everything you can do, I can do better. Expect some exciting back-and-forth action in this one.
Let's take a look at our starters for Sacramento. DeRozan and Murray in at the forward spots. Then it's Sabonis. Then there's Zach LaVine. And it's Ellis in at the point. And when it comes to the Grizzlies, they're a team that's hungry to take that next step, Greg.
Yeah, and they've got the core to do it, B.A. You got Morant, Bane, and Jackson. They're all all-star caliber players that's still in their mid-20s. So they've got a lot of great chemistry and time to get it right.
Soft touch off the glass.
And DeRozan, just so crafty on those moves, slips right through the contact for the finish.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
I had a chance to catch up with Memphis' head coach. When I asked about guarding the big man, Sabonis, he told me his versatility is really tremendous. I told our guys to be aware of not just his scoring ability, but to clog up any passing lanes they see, because he can really move the ball too. It's going to take a total team effort from us. Let's see how things play out.
As always, Allie, we thank you. Here's Murray. After the basket by Memphis on the other end. Nails it from three.
Early on in his NBA career, Murray's showing he's a capable shooter.
Here's the Grizzlies with the ball. Morant looking around. To the middle. Edie. And he dunks it down.
Can't talk enough about the subtleties in that setup right there. The assist, really the key to that entire sequence.
Yet now in his 30s, DeRozan still possesses that trademark athleticism. He loves throwing it down.
And here's Morant. Really played well against Charlotte in his last game. And the shot's good. Morant's got his third basket on the night right there.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
Yeah, right now I don't see any let-up. I think he's going to just keep putting his foot on that gas pedal tonight.
LaVine attacking. Murray from outside. That drops. And it comes off an assist from LaVine. Murray's got 6 points.
Now their offense is rolling. A perfect start. 4 of 4 so far.
Here's Morant. And the layup is good off the glass.
I mean, the stroke looks good. He's moving well out there. What a sensational start to this game. Perfect from the field.
DeRozan outside. Outside Murray. Pass to LaVine. DeRozan. Great positioning on the putback.
Oh, you love how DeRozan just keeps working. No let up at all.
And so Morant will bring it up for the Memphis Grizzlies. They trail by 1. Here's Bane. Back to Morant. And they're pushing it up from the high post. And the dunk by LaVine.
So good at getting elevated. LaVine rises up and hammers it down.
And it's Morant off the drive. Oh, there's Morant with the slam.
Wow. Always fun to see point guards who can elevate above the rim like that.
Oh, a strong mindset and even stronger finish.
Well, just seeking out weaknesses in the defense and then exploiting it.
And so here's Sacramento. The Grizzlies making their last shot. Clock at 6. He takes it in. Murray. The rebound by Edie.
Yeah, can't see why he missed that one there. The D's close, but like plenty of room.
Morant into the lane. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
And Morant is tough to contain without fouling, especially when he's attacking the rim.
Monk, he's checked in for Ellis. And Morant drops them both. First quarter of play, and just over 3.5 minutes in. Morant against Monk. Back to LaVine. Picked by Murray. LaVine passes to DeRozan. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Monk. Kicks it to DeRozan. Offline with a 3.
Defense dodged a bullet that time. Total breakdown.
Jackson with it. Yet to see a basket. Pass to Edie. Wide open. It's rebounded by Sabonis. The The Kings have got 6 of 10 attempts to fall. Levine, good.
Proving once again, Levine is not all dunks and threes.
Memphis trailing here. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. And it's Moran off the drive. Misses from short range. For Sacramento, they've got 7 of 11 shots to find the mark. Shots good by Sabonis.
They're finding ways to get the ball into the paint. 5 consecutive buckets.
Here's Moran. Moran with the slam!
Oh, putting on a show for the fans. Morant's skills making it look like a circus in here.
Kicks it to DeRozan. Here's Monk. No good on the buzzer beater. And so, lots of scoring in a competitive first quarter. Sacramento on top, leading by 1. And back at... And if you're just joining us, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And guys, for the Kings, what jumps out at you stat-wise?
Well, they've used the fast break well to score easy points and keep the defense unsettled.
Yeah, they did a great job. Just the initial thrust of that attack, as soon as they got the ball, constantly in transition.
Taking a look at Sacramento, the duo inside. It's Murray and Sabonis. Then there's Zach LaVine. Then it's DeMar DeRozan. And it's Ellis in at the point guard. Now Morant. And then Morant with the jam!
And tearing them to shreds tonight. You know, when a player as versatile as Morant starts going off, look out.
Ellis passes to Sabonis. Memphis with a rebound. Jackson outside. Pass to Edey. Quarter number 2 and about a minute in. And out of bounds, Sacramento will have it. And now looking at the 2K leaderboard. Here's a view of which teams last year got after it with their shot blocking. The Grizzlies 4th.
What we saw last season, they really made an effort to get every man in the paint, and that forced guys to try and shoot over them. That's where you get huge block numbers.
Sabonis with a screen on Moran. Ellis passes to Sabonis. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance at a 3-point play.
Sabonis fights through and around, gets the N1 opportunity. That was not as easy as it looked.
NBA scoring has been climbing over the past decades, Graham. Is the league too offensive at the moment, do you think?
Well, we know that people like scoring, the fans, players, everyone, but the league needs to make sure there aren't hamstringing defenders too much. So I think allowing some more physicality incentivizes the defender to defend, and now we have competition on both sides of the ball.
We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter. DeRozan deciding where to go with it.
It's his second foul, but not the end of the world. One more before halftime, though. That would change some things.
DeRozan gets inside and scores.
They're not messing around. 5 of their last 6 buckets have come from the interior.
Yep, that one goes. Morant's got 19 points.
And he was dominant in their last outing. And the same thing here tonight. He is in a terrific groove right now.
Seems to be nobody standing in his way. No roadblocks for him to get to his spot, capitalize, and continue to be aggressive.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
The coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
And this kind of selflessness is great to see. Textbook positioning to draw the charge.
Huff's checked in for Memphis. Outside for Levine. Sabonis, the pass to Murray. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. Outside Levine. That's tipped. 6 to shoot. Inside, Ellis. They kick it out to Murray. Second shot opportunity. Here's Sabonis. Pass to Ellis. Picked by Sabonis. Levine against Bane. Tries yet again. Here's Ellis. Fires for three. The three. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Levine. Levine's got his 4th assist with that last one. Aggressive take from Morant. Pass to Jackson. Here's Huff. He's guarded by Sabonis with the 10-footer. Huff can't get it to go. The Kings lead by 10. Back to Murray. Murray with the jam.
And if I'm Murray's teammates, I keep feeding him. I mean, he is cooking right now. Ooh.
Huff, good. Huff's got his first basket.
That's been the story of their offense so far. Getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
Levine passes to Murray. And another Sacramento three.
Yeah, this is the kind of confidence you love seeing. Murray not thinking twice at all about firing away.
Morant against DeRozan. And it's Morant missing. Here's Sacramento now. They're on an 18-6 run. Murray, no good.
Yeah, that miss might stick with him for a little while. That's kind of a shoot-around jumper if I've ever seen one.
Here's Wells. Nice start for him. Sinking his first shot.
Yeah, impressive vision from Bane. Always looking to move it.
Here's Murray. The rebound by Jackson. Grizzlies trail by 11. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Morant. Morant flashes his vertical there.
Oh, the vertical of Morant is simply incredible. I mean, he's fantastic at using it to his advantage on the inside.
And here's Sabonis outside. Sends it home from three-point land. Sabonis has got 6 points in the quarter. Right side Murray. And so it's the Sacramento Kings now holding a 12-point lead at quarter's end. Building this lead up in large part because of how well they're shooting it. Back to the game after this break.
Checking out the Kings. Like most teams right now, they're optimistic. We'll see how they handle the first couple of games.
Yeah, everyone starts out undefeated. And let's move on now to those first 2 quarters. Talk about a tough start for the Grizzlies.
They're within striking.
Thanks for tuning in. Now it's time to head back over to Brian Anderson for the...
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it's been a runaway. Oh, a fantastic game from Ja Morant in this one.
He's been excellent at cutting through the defense and giving them fits around the basket.
Yeah, you want these kind of nights where you can start to see those openings before they happen.
Manning the backcourt, we'll see Morant and Payne. Edey out there with Jaren Jackson. And it's Wells in at the 3, the small forwards. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. Sacramento shooting their second and third shots at the line here.
There are ways to get a guy like Jonas Valanciunas to be aggressive in the game. You got to feed the big man, so get him the ball earlier, get it to him often.
There's the steal. It's a one-on-one situation. Count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed pass.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
The drive by Morant. Yes, Ja! A menace off the bounce.
These defenders really need to man up, particularly in the lane.
Lyles a screen. Pass to Ellis. Now here's Valanciunas. Shot clock at 5. Here's LaRavia. Here's Lyles. Off target from three-point range. Grizzlies trail by 14. Here's Wells. Here's Morant. Valanciunas covering. Levine with a steal. And pushing it up. Here's Sacramento. Valanciunas, good. Valanciunas has got 6.
Not getting old here. Seeing him make that lead pass with perfect timing.
Over to the left wing. Wells misses. The Kings lead by 16. Here's Lyles. Still no points. And the basket is good.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
Well, I know they don't have mobile devices out there for texting, so they might as well talk to one another.
From deep, Morant. Valanciunas with a rebound. For Sacramento, they've gotten 3 of 4 shots to fall so far in the third. And the bucket counts, and he is on his way to the line. He'll try to make it a 3-point play. So the Kings making a change here. Monk's checked in, and he's got his first opportunity at the line here tonight. Grizzlies trail by 21. Here's Pippen. Spins. Played it in with a nice touch off the window. Pippen's got his first points of the game.
Coaching staff would like some more shots from that range.
Here's Monk. And he lays it up and in. And the Kings lead by 21.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
All right, now a chance to examine the rebounding numbers over the past few months for Domantas Sabonis.
And I'm sure he's not pleased with these stats. His rebounding has taken a bit of a tumble over the last couple of months. He's really got to get his energy back up on the glass and start fighting for boards again.
Clark is checked in for Memphis. Stevens comes in for Jackson. Crowder, he's checked in for Sacramento. Here's Pippen. Pass to Aldama. Goes up on the baseline. Rebound by Sacramento.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Brian, one of the great challenges of an NBA player's life is being traded. Veteran PJ Tucker said, in 24 hours, you're playing for another team in another city, getting all of your stuff, uprooting your kids, changing schools. Your whole entire life changes in a blink. If you've never experienced it, you never understand. EA?
Pretty heavy stuff, Allie. Thank you.
And great job to establish position and square up.
And Sacramento with some changes. Jones, he's checked in for Lyles. And it's Carter in for Zach LaVine. Outside Monk. Pass to Jones. Clark grabs the board. For Memphis, they've gotten only 2 of 7 shots to go in the third quarter. And here's Bane. No points yet. Looking to win the run. Rips it home off a terrific move.
And cleared for takeoff. Mr. Bane rises.
From deep three-point land. Jackson, he's checked in for Memphis. McDermott's checked in for the Kings. Davis comes in for Crowder. And stolen by Bane. And here they come. There's the 3. Drops in the 3. Bane's got 5.
Yeah, tremendous body control from Bane. The pull-up is an impossible shot to defend.
And he gets the bucket.
Defense shaking their heads, no idea how to stop him in this quarter. He's got him on the ropes.
Here's Pippen. And the shot goes down. Pippen's gotten 4 this quarter.
Identifying the weakness in the defense and exploiting it.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks.
Oh, talk about some high flying. Give him some miles. Malik Monk up there.
Here's Pippen. He's checked by Carter. Clark, the pass to Aldama. Here's Pippen. There's the drive. 5 to shoot. Back to Aldama. The layup misses. There's Davis with the 3. Oh, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And so it's the Sacramento Kings with plenty of breathing room. 20. All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. Zero chance to stop that.
That's what great passing will do for you right there, dissecting the defense with that play.
Well, there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. All right, a look at the 5 for the Kings to start the fourth quarter. Perimeter is filled up by Monk and DeRozan. The duo inside, it's Murray and Sabonis. And it's Fultz in at the 1. It's Monk on the wing, guarded by Bane. Sabonis with a screen on Bane. Outside for Fultz. Outside Murray. No one near him. That one falls. Nice assist by Fultz.
Don't see many forwards with the catch and shoot ability that Murray has.
Monk passes to Murray. No good on the 3. Clark against Monk. Here's Jackson. Kennard outside. Floats one. Count that one.
What is it about lefties and shooting? Just pieces of art. Kennard with another.
Out to Sabonis. Back to Fultz. Outside Murray. On target from range. Murray's got 5 points now in the quarter.
All game long, he's been getting to his spots, and the defense has yet to adjust.
Nice shot by Kennard.
And the team likes to use Kennard as a floor spacing kind of player, but he decides to do damage that time inside.
It's Monk on the wing, and stolen by Bane. Clark with it. Fultz picks him up, kicks it out to Jackson. No good with the triple.
Well, that's not a shot he's ever going to pass up, and he shouldn't. Despite the miss, no defender anywhere near him. He's got to shoot that one.
And an intentional foul right there. Now that we have a few years of reference, it's safe to say the NBA play-in tournament has been a roaring success, Grant.
Yeah, I agree, B.A. And people forget it was created in the peak of the pandemic. The league set up a lifeline for teams that lost key players to COVID, but it has turned into something much, much greater.
Count it. Good. The Kings lead by 22. Outside Fultz. And that's an intentional foul.
It's just a bad foul. Gotta be smarter than this.
The Grizzlies making a switch here. Morant's checked in. Zach LaVine, he's checked in for Sacramento. Ellis comes in for Fultz. Here's DeRozan. The Grizzlies pull it in. Outside Morant. Over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Can't get it to drop. He's now shooting 10 for 14.
And not often we get treated to a solo alley-oop.
Takes precision timing for sure. Driving to the basket. And they're going to count that bucket. And they'll send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
Yeah, teams try to get physical with Morant, but he shows exceptional body control off the contact.
Sacramento has gone 1 of 2 from deep in this quarter. Pass to Sabonis. Back to Murray. There's a minute 54 left in the fourth quarter. And yep, it's good.
You're roughing Murray up a little in there, but he's built to take punishment and can still deliver.
Here's Morant. The rebound by Murray. Sacramento leading by 23. And LaVine, here we go.
That is what I'm talking about. Wow. That's the sauce right there. I mean, every night, LaVine approaches the rim like it's a dunk contest.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Kings.
They've been all about high percentage looks in this game, working the ball inside and doing whatever it takes to get it to go.
And the other thing about their game tonight that they've done a terrific job of is just moving the basketball around. That's how you rack up assists.
For Sacramento, they've gotten 5 of their 7 shots to fall in this final quarter. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. Grant, it seems like teams today are much more data-driven than in years past.
Yeah, I agree, B.A. It's much more sophisticated. And, of course, coaches and executives are still watching the games and forming their gut opinions. But now those impressions can be cross-checked with the numbers. And what a complete performance we saw from them. A dominant win in every way for the Kings.
And everything seemed to go their way today. They were firing on all cylinders, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., this was the kind of performance you relish as a player. Just a very impressive win.
And so this win marks their first victory of the new year.
And they end up winning the season series. Always feels good to have that upper hand over an opponent.
And when you look at the game, the one thing that helped fuel this team to victory was the efficiency for Keegan Murray.
Just really loved his activity level here tonight. Constantly mixed it up, and he threw himself into a lot of plays.
Williams misses. And so Murray will bring it up for the Kings. Driving inside.
Oh,
over the top. Are you kidding me? Wow!
Amazing! Man. They really came in with the right mindset today. I can guarantee you their flight home will be filled with some smiles.
Yeah, when you step into an opposing team's arena and you can play with this type of composure, boy, that food tastes good on the way out of town.
You got to give them respect. They're doing everything they can to close this out.
Love that the guys are staying aggressive late in this ball game, just not wanting to let go of the rope.
Just 2 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. Levine. Here's Ellis. They kick it out to Murray. Offensive rebound. DeRozan outside. That three's off the mark. Morant with it. Into the lane. And is blocked. So no problem for Sacramento as they get the win. This one wasn't even close. The hometown crowd was waiting for a miracle that never came.
Yeah, and
This place is absolutely buzzing with anticipation. Each team with their first game of the season here tonight.
The key now. Was making sure your season starts with a win. That first dub is a catalyst to the start of your season. Helps you find a rhythm very early.
Now a look at Philadelphia's starting lineup. Embiid is out there with Yabusele. Then there's Maxey. Then it's Paul George. And it's Grimes in at the shooting guard. And so it's the 76ers getting on the board first. Morant outside. It's hauled in by the 76ers. They just couldn't come out on top last time they took on the Grizzlies. That one was played in Memphis.
I tell you, they were drawing a lot of iron from the perimeter. Couldn't get the threes to go down, and really the story of the game.
They were bricking, they were missing, they were airballing, they were doing everything. Brutal night shooting for them when they couldn't even hit the broadside of a barn. They couldn't hit the ocean if they fell out of a boat.
Even dating back to his high school days, Desmond Bane was overlooked as a prospect.
Yeah, he wasn't even ranked by any major recruiting services. That just lets you know that the scouts don't always get it right. Then he fell to the 30th pick in the 2020 draft. He's made a lot of teams regret passing on him.
And here are the Grizzlies now. Philadelphia getting their last shot to go. Pass to Edey. Outside Jackson. Just 5 to shoot. Memphis needs to get off a shot here. And the shot is good.
The team first mindset of Jackson, willing to get the ball to his open guys.
For Philadelphia, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. And the dunk by Embiid.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
Look at the big fella working on that possession. He knows how to fend guys off and get those rebounds.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Grizzlies will take it. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, I caught up with the Grizzlies head coach. Well, we talked about how difficult a matchup Joel Embiid can be for a defense. Coach told me it's all about not letting him get established down low and making him try to beat us with longer shots. If we do that, I think we'll be fine. Of course, saying it on the sidelines is one thing, and doing it on the court, quite another. Guys?
Thank you, David. George with no one around. It's good from long range.
Calm and cool from distance. George really confident from beyond.
Here's Morant. And the layup falls.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
And that one's good. Maxey.
A physical scoring guard. Maxey is at home on the inside.
It's an odd stat, but what I'm going to throw out there anyway, the Memphis Grizzlies set an NBA record last season for players used in a season.
Kevin, this isn't football, right? They had 33 different guys suited up last season. That tells you how difficult it was. Constant change, hard to build chemistry, and let's face it, hard to win games.
And Morant throws it down.
Okay, I see you, John, flexing a little bit of muscle, showing off that athletic ability. Okay.
Outside, George fires from way outside. Edey with the rebound. Memphis trailing here. It's Jackson atop the key. And Jackson throws it down hard.
My goodness, he is such a great dunker.
Greg, a high riser, no doubt about it. It's blocked. Things really clicking for him at the offensive end.
They're making good decisions, not wasting these opportunities.
Here's Edey. He has 6.
What a pass from Morant. He does a terrific job staying alert, seeking out the right opportunities to get his teammates involved.
George passes to Maxey. The 76ers again can't hit it.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Outside Jackson. 36 seconds left in the first. And the layup's good off the glass. Jackson's got 6.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Outside, George. Outside, Maxey. Embiid kicks to Yabusele. Good ball movement here by the 76ers. It's good. Nice touch there from Maxey.
Oh, man, he's feeling it this quarter. They should be looking to get him going every trip down the floor.
Morant against George. Outside for Jackson. Here's Edey. That shot, no good. Well, it's been a high-scoring competitive game through the first quarter of play. Memphis up. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for Memphis.
They've started the game the right way, penetrating the defense and attacking the rim. They're just not settling.
And another thing Coach will be thrilled with, the assist numbers, spreading the wealth and creating some offensive opportunities.
Taking a look at the 76ers, we've got Maxey. Yabusele out there with Embiid. Then it's Paul George. And it's Grimes in at the 2. And it's Morant missing. Philadelphia's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. R.J. Morant has always had unquestionable talent. Now it's a question of, can he focus on his game?
And you hope he had his wake-up call. Still one of the most exciting players in the game. His burst and bounce, one of a kind.
Here's Morant. Philadelphia getting their last shot to go. Here's Jackson, and the dunk by Jackson.
The more time Jackson spins at the rim, the better. His length is a deciding factor in this game.
George double team. Here's Grimes. That falls. Nice speed that time from George. George has got his 3rd assist on the night. Morant drives in. Pass to Edey. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. And here's Embiid. He'll bring it up for the 76ers. Maxey, and slam dunk by Maxey.
Watch out when Maxey finds his groove like this. He'll just keep coming at you and at you.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. Ja Morant was the first NBA guard in a quarter century to lead the league in points in the paint. He says, I can't just rely on dunking every single play, so I need different types of finishes to get my shot off, whether it's high off the glass, the reverse, or hanging in the air forever. And Kevin, he just says it so casually. Back to you.
I know it. But look, David, he doesn't do it casually, right? He is a one-man circus.
Don't expect this from Jackson Jr. He catches them by surprise by passing it.
Outside, Maxey. Here's Yabusele. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
I know what they say, defense wins championships, but you need some bucket getters too now.
There's a good screen. A kick out to Bain. Here's Wells, and the dunk by Wells.
Not just a scorer, Bain is willing to set up others and does a very good job of it.
And Nick Nurse, Greg, the 26th head coach in 76ers franchise history.
And Kevin, known for his creativity and that outside-the-box thinking, I think it's a good fit with this forward-thinking front office.
Here's Wells, and he banks in the layup. Wells has got his second bucket.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Here's Embiid. The Grizzlies pull it in.
And you got to give credit to the D for never giving up on the play and doing just enough to bother him at the rim. And
in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Wells, and the dunk by Wells.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then, Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Great chemistry on display. He understood where to put the screen in order to free up his teammate.
We've got 1:23 left to play here in the half. Embiid finds Maxey. Here's Yabusele. And here's George for three.
And still shooting well from beyond the arc. That their percentage down a bit in this quarter, but still respected.
Now here's Wells. He's covered by Maxey. Pass to Edey. Outside, Bain. Clock at 4. And it's Grimes with the rebound. The 76ers trail by 4. And here's George for three. Here's Embiid. Nobody's stopping Embiid on the break there.
And how about that reach of Embiid, using those long arms to just gobble up second chance opportunities?
They set the pick. Pass to Edey. Takes a three. Good, and a nice assist from Morant. Morant's got 6 assists in the game.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Now, here's George. Embiid with the screen on Bain. And it's George again missing.
You know, some people could say he's struggling on offense this period. I like to think of more of drowning. Just can't seem to find his confidence.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
It's stolen. And now Philadelphia on the break. Knocked loose. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Memphis out in front. They finish off the second quarter with a 13-4 run. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter.
Thanks for stopping.
Taking a look here now at the 76ers. Like most teams right now, they're optimistic. We'll see how they handle the first couple of games.
Turning back now to our game, lots of positives in that first half for the Memphis Grizzlies.
Well,
And that's a halftime wrap. Let's get back to the second half with the call by Kevin Harlan.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Well, we've seen this a few times, Richard. Players getting booed at home. And that's got to be painful for a player.
You get taken back a little bit. For some players, it's deserved, but it's always a surprise. But you have to be self-aware. Did you deserve to get booed? In most cases, it's true.
Pippen is out there with Kennard. And it's Santi Aldama. And it's Huff in at the center. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. And it's Pippen slamming it down.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that dunk.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
And that finish shows you how dangerous he can be as a passer and a finisher.
And finished off by Oubre.
And the leaping ability of Oubre Jr. When he gets inside, this guy is determined to finish.
Now, here's Pippen. Pass to Stephens. They get it back. Back to Pippen. Memphis moving it around. Took the opportunity when he saw it. Huff's got the lead up to 8 now for the Grizzlies.
This is that modern big man play. Tall guys who are comfortable draining shots from deep.
And Drummond throws it down.
Drummond, a huge target rolling to the rim.
The Grizzlies have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Right side, Pippen. Six on the shot clock. Pass to Huff. This one for 3. Rebound Andre Drummond.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
And while Embiid was on record praising the importance of continuity, I don't know that, Richard, the 76ers front office felt the same way.
Oh, Oh, yeah. What you say out loud versus your actions can be very, very different in this game. When you have a chance to go big game hunting, you do. The goal was to bring in some help for Embiid and Maxey, and they accomplished it.
Now, here's Oubre. Fires for three. A nice shot by McCain. McCain's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. They set the pick. Pippen, the pass to Stevens. Buries it down low. Stevens got his first basket. The 76ers trail by 5. Pass to Bona. Oubre with it. Here's Doughton. Still scoreless. Now Drummond. 3 minutes gone now in the third quarter. The shot's good from Kennard. Now it's a 7-point Grizzly lead.
That's just smart basketball right there. Finding a way to get a high percentage shot on offense.
Here's Doughton, guarded by Pippen. Doughton passes to Drummond. Here's Bona. It's rebounded by Memphis. 1:33 left in the third quarter. Kennard kicks to Pippen. Trains it from beyond the arc. Pippen's got 5.
And not the tightest D right there. And he's going to punish you if you give him that much space. That three-point shot is his bread and butter.
Now here's Drummond. Shrugs off the contact and dunks it. He'll go to the free throw line.
And how about the offensive rebound with a little extra punch on the putback?
You're right, Greg. As they look to trim the deficit, could we see them send a few more bodies to the boards from here on out? Maybe, just maybe. And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Kevin, the Grizzlies retired Marc Gasol's number 33 last season. You may recall he moved to Memphis in his teens, watching his older brother Powell play for the Grizz. Marc said, "I had a very unique perspective, that of a fan. When I came back as a Grizzlies player, I carried that with me." Kevin, that pride certainly showed.
Pride's a great word to use. No question, DA. Thank you. So Memphis ends up going with the new group. Maxey, no good. And the Grizzlies leading by 7. Now Bane. No scoring in this one. Jackson setting the pick here for Bane. Some solid defense from Maxey. Philadelphia has gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime, and it's good for 2.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
And Morant gets it to go. He's got 6.
He gets a lot of defensive attention, but Morant, he can expect this type of rough scene anytime he takes it inside.
The tray. That shot missing. And so it's Memphis heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They're pounding the ball. And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th and final quarter. And so it's Maxey who brings up the ball for Philadelphia. They trail by 7. So on the floor for Philadelphia, we've got Yabusele. He's out there with Paul George. Maxey out there with Joel Embiid. And it's Grimes in at the 2 spot. Here's Jackson into the lane. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far. And, guys, what do you think about the hustle stance for the Grizzlies?
They've been defending with excellent anticipation all game long. Just look at how many times they've managed to get their hands on the ball.
And they've also not only created turnovers tonight, but converted on them. All game long, that strategy has been paying off.
Pass to Edey. A kick out to Bane. Gets the 3-pointer to fall. Bane's got the lead up to 10 now for the Grizzlies.
And certainly they are not hesitating, letting it fly from deep. here in the second half.
That is how you respond. Maxey with the 3 of his own.
Here's Morant. A kick out to Bain. Jackson, a screen on Maxey. Outside Jackson. Lock at 6. And Jackson throws it down hard.
The strong finish from Jackson Jr. He goes up with power inside the paint.
And here's George for 3. Edey with the rebound. Edey's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Morant against George. Morant outside. A kick out to Bain. Pass to Wells. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. Maxey with it. Here he goes. Grimes passes to George. Here's Yabusele. No one near Maxey as he lets it fly. Nailed from three-point land. Maxey's got 20.
Wow, look at the damage this young man is doing from deep. And there's another one.
And the defense has to know that taking away his 3 is the #1 priority, and he's hurt them all game long. With that shot, it makes no sense.
And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. George against Morant. On the wing, Bain. And it's Desmond Bain with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. RG, what have you noticed about the young players that enter the NBA today?
Unfortunately, the NBA is now tasked with teaching players how to play basketball. The NBA wasn't a teaching league 20 years ago. Now it is. A lot of players are spending their first, second, and even third year learning how to play basketball. That was not always the case. They used to go to college and play for Hall of Fame coaches for 4 years.
Jackson against Maxey. Outside Jackson. Over Maxey. Jackson misses.
And usually that's a bucket for him, but look, nobody's perfect in the mid-range.
Pass to Yabusele. Up top, Maxey. Bain with the steal. Here's Morant. And he uses the glass on the layup.
The disruptive defense from Bain keyed that break.
The 76ers trail by 11. Here's Maxey. Lays it up off the glass. Maxey's got 8 points in the quarter.
An extremely efficient and productive game for him. But again, he's not going to be able to do it all by himself. And we'll just watch the clock wind down, guys, in what will turn out to be a win here for the Grizzlies.
The one area that stands out that we've seen tonight from them, their aggressiveness in getting steals, something I know that you really value yourself.
I think it sparked their offense. It deflates the opposition. And when you have the type of effort we saw tonight, it's pretty hard to overcome that defensive pressure down the stretch.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
They were really smart in the use of that game plan tonight. Used it in their first 2 games against this team, which equaled to 2 wins.
36 seconds left in the game. Banked in off the glass.
And there was a time when folks said George wasn't a clutch shooter. Remember? Not anymore, people.
Morant left side. No good from the wing. Now the 76ers with it. 6-point game. It's deflected. And that's out of bounds. Philadelphia will retain possession. We've got 13 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Maxey looking it over. off target. And so the Grizzlies take the win. Thank you for that, David. And that'll wrap it up, folks. And so for Richard Jefferson,